Hey everybody, it's Nick Franklin. I'm here at the Linwood Wikispeed shop and it is January 30th. So, I'm making this video because we need your help. Lately, the team has gotten together and talked about the fact that we feel like we need a better form of communication. Right now, some of the problems that we're having is we don't really know who is working on what. None of it's really documented. So if we wanted to figure out who had worked on something in the past, we'd kind of have to dig through tons of emails and stuff like that, or videos or something like that. So really, we're looking for your help. I'm going to go ahead and describe to you kind of what we're looking for, and then you guys can just comment back on the video down below and let us know if you guys have an answer to our problem, or if somebody can create the answer to our problem. Basically, we're looking for a better way to communicate. I'm talking about like a one-stop shop where we can post YouTube videos, we can have threaded chat like a web forum, where topics are split up into different categories. So we could do a exterior subforum and an interior subforum, and within those forums, people can create new threads and discuss ideas, ways to do things, ways to make things lighter, and anybody can join this forum and give their input and be a part of the project, which is really what we're trying to do here. And we think that's pretty cool. If anybody can get on there and make a suggestion, and we can make it happen. So yeah, basically looking for a web forum, something that's consolidated, and some other little features that I think would be cool is if it had Facebook integration. So it's kind of a pain in the butt to join a new forum. You're trying to get some information or share some information, but first you've got to create an account. You've got to fill out all this information. You don't know where it's going, who's doing what with it, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I know that some people like to use the login with Facebook button. If we had a web forum that allowed people to do that, I know that I would use it. It makes it a little bit easier. It allows you to use your real name, puts your Facebook picture up there. If you like something on there, it will actually share that on your wall and let your friends see what's going on and what you've been participating in, which is pretty cool. A lot of people think it's a neat project, and it's kind of cool to read up on it. So something with powerful search features, and also when we create a new thread, it allows us to be really specific about what that thread is going to be about, who's going to be a part of it, and where it should go in our little organization system. So say you want to create a thread that says we need to weld up the exhaust or create a new exhaust that's going to route outside of the body. Say Joe decides to make that thread, and he's like, well, Nick knows how to weld, even though I don't. Make it so that he can tag me when he creates the thread. It's kind of a little reminder that'll pop a notification up on my homepage of the website saying, hey, Joe thinks that you would be a good fit for this project, and then I can accept or decline, or I can respond to the project, and we can build ideas and bounce ideas off each other and the rest of the public, which is great. Something that will track the activity of members. So say there's somebody that was working on a project and they kind of just faded away, which happens. People can't devote their entire lives to this project because people need to make money, and this is a volunteer thing. So we understand that people need to take some time off, but we would like the project to keep going, and something like this would allow somebody to step in their place and see what's been done and pick up right from there, because naturally it should be pretty well documented when somebody's uploading pictures and videos and information and the process, what they went through, what kind of problems they encountered. So it'll make it easier for somebody to pick up on a project, and we don't lose all the work that somebody's done. If we had something that kind of showed the activity, sometimes people leave the project and they leave without really saying anything to anybody, or nobody really picks up on it right away, and the project becomes abandoned. If somebody comes on board and they decide, hey, I want to take a look at this, and they search for it, and then they see that somebody's already started that project, they can actually take a look and see in this person's profile that they haven't logged into the website in over 6 months. Maybe their profile contains other information like a Facebook login or an email, so that new person can contact that person and say, hey, is there anything going on with this project? And if they say, no, I didn't have any more time to work on it, the new person can say, well, do you mind if I take over? Can you send me your documents or whatever so I can pick up where you left off? I'm sure that situation has happened a lot, and we haven't really had a way for the new person to see exactly what the old person did. So that would really solve that problem, which will save us time, money, resources, which is great. Another great feature would be if we could add an interactive Scrum board. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Scrum project management system that we use, and the Scrum board, if we could work it into this website, that'd be great, because then we wouldn't have to go outside of the site. It could, you could create a new topic, and if somebody decides, hey, this actually needs to happen, a moderator or perhaps anybody could move that topic into our Scrum board, and it would become a note on the Scrum board, and you could still click on it and go in and see what people have said about it and view pictures and videos and all kinds of stuff. And then once it becomes a sticky note on the Scrum board, it can move through the Scrum board, and when it's completed, move to the done or the epic section, and people can go back and take a look at the accomplishments that we've made. I think it's important that it would be user-friendly, and this is another reason that I'm suggesting a forum layout, because I feel like a lot of people today have at one time or another signed up for and used a forum, web forum. So a car enthusiast forum, Honda Tech is an example. They have like plumbing forums, home repair forums, all kinds of forums for pretty much everything. And I think overall they have the same basic principles, so it would be easy for people to jump in and understand how to use it. And it would make it easier for people to share their information, because they're not trying to learn something new. Sometimes that kind of gets in the way, distracts people, and eventually they can get completely thrown off of what they're originally trying to do. So if it's completely intuitive, they just jump in, they share their information, they're communicating. I think that's kind of what we're looking for. Overall, I think it'll be a great way to archive the work and all the conversations, videos, pictures, and everything that we've done so far. And that is extremely important, because it'll give us something to refer back to in the future. When we start creating a user's manual or a repair manual for this vehicle, it'll be really nice to not only see those videos so we can write it, but possibly even link to them. So as somebody's having a problem with their system, and say we happen to have a video of somebody assembling one of the wheel modules, we can actually put a link to that video in the user's manual or the repair manual, and they can see it right there, which is something that, as somebody who has used like AllData and Mitchell, I've never seen them actually have a video in there of how to do a process, how to repair something, and that would be awesome. Yeah, and overall, just a one-stop shop for all communication that takes place on this project. So we're not in the dark anymore about who's working on what, and if they've stopped working on it, and what they've done, and where they went, and everything, and where they are, what time it is, where they live. Communication has got to be one of the most important things about doing such a big, widespread project like this, and I feel like it's time to really step it up. It'll become less frustrating for people, and I think overall it'll be great for the project. So that's what I got to say about that. So yeah, please, if you know anything that would fit these requirements, if you can think of more you've got an idea or a suggestion, or you know something out there that's configurable, or you know of something that you can write a plugin for, and preferably if it's open source, so we can support the open source community, that's even better. So I think that's about all I have to say. Have a good night.